But I think the best thing that's happened to Hillary Clinton is Bernie Sanders. I really believe he has made her a better candidate. She's focusing more, I think, on issues that really are the issues of the moment. That little clip we had, what was it, like 5 hours ago when we started here? When she was in Houston.
It's been that much fun.
I wrote some notes down. She said we got to break up the banks, we got to create jobs, we have the middle class to raise, and we have to talk about criminal justice. Those are all elements that Bernie Sanders talks about. The single issue candidate, by the way, in every one of his hour-and-a-half speeches. So I think we are seeing a broadening of the message. If I should just to finish, I'm a former superdelegate. I have to tell you, I think the superdelegates are an outrage. I don't know how they came about, but these are people who have honorific titles, who are mayors or governors or members of...
You didn't thank George McGovern for that.
George McGovern. Members of Congress. There are 712 of them. So there's a movement right now to say to the superdelegates, and some, like Christine Pelosi from San Francisco, I happen to know her, she said that she vows that as a superdelegate, she will vote for the candidate who gets the most votes through the primary system, the most delegates through the primary system, rather than trying to anoint somebody that the people in the state
so
want.
Did you think it was outrageous when you were a superdelegate?
Yes, I did.
But served anyway.
Do you at least get a cape or something? That's what everyone should get. Go ahead, David.
I respectfully disagree about the superdelegates. It may be the Republicans are wondering about whether they should have superdelegates. What the superdelegates are good for is that there has to be some sort of peer review in any organization about deciding who ought to lead that organization. And when you have only primaries, and only have the voice of the voters, and you don't have the people who actually know Ted Cruz or know Marco Rubio or know Donald Trump having a voice in this, I think that you wind up, I think sometimes a smoke-filled room produces better candidates than we do through the primary system. And the Democratic Party, I think, has been smart to have a blend.
You're going to get a lot of people who disagree with you. A lot of them. Why not let it be all just
But it's interesting to hear you say...
This system was not created just now, right? It has been going on for some time, so let's not try to act like this is actually
We're
something
changing it
new.
tonight.
The second is, all of the issues that you mentioned, and certainly Senator Sanders has been expert in putting out many of those issues. But again, for our conversation here, let's not act like Hillary Clinton hasn't been talking about the same things.
Well, I want to go back to superdelegates. I think it's interesting to hear you say, you know, we just can't depend on people voting. You know, we have to have these poobahs, these establishment people come in and say, no,
in the
this
general
is the
election,
way
we have the electoral college,
Let's
which people have been arguing
first
about
of all,
forever.
on the Republican side, if we get the broker convention that some people are saying, we're going to get back to the smoke-filled room, or I guess the vapor-filled room. I don't know what they...
I would love to see those conventions.